Hey everyone, Yanjao back again. Today we're going to check out the newest Unearthed Arcana for 2020, where we have a new Artificer, a new Druid, and a new Ranger. This is the first Artificer update that we have since the Artificer became an official class in D&D. So what do they have for us? Now you can become Iron Man. An artificer who specializes as an armorer modifies armor to function almost like a second skin. The armor is enhanced to hone the artificer's magic, to unleash potential attacks, generate formidable defense. The artificer bonds with this armor, becoming one with it, even as they experiment with it and refine its magical capabilities. First time we really see this come into effect is at level 3, Tools of the Trade. Gain proficiency with heavy armor, which I assume the armor should always be. You also gain proficiency with smith tools or something else if you already have smith tools. They also give you certain spells that you automatically get at the level. They don't count against the spells that you can pick. So at 3rd level, you would have Magic Missile and Shield. 5th, Mirror Image Shatter. 9th, Hypnotic Pattern Lightning Bolt. Hypnotic Pattern sounds pretty cool. I haven't really read up on that one, but that would be awesome if you had like strobe lights on your armor. Level 13, you have Fire Shield, Greater Invisibility, and level 17, Pass Wall, Wall of Force. Also at 3rd level, you get Power Armor. Your metallurgic pursuits have led you making an armor a conduit for your artificer magic. As an action, you can turn a suit of heavy armor you're wearing into a power armor, provided you have the smith tools in hand. You gain the following benefits while wearing power armor. If the armor normally has a strength requirement, the power armor lacks this requirement for you. You can use the power armor as a spell casting focus for your artificer spells. The power armor attaches to you and can't be removed against your will. It also expands to cover your entire body. Yeah, there you go, the Iron Man suitcase, or the little button thing he presses in those later ones. And it replaces any missing limbs, functioning identically to a body part it's replacing. Now that part's pretty cool. So you could play someone in a wheelchair who sort of becomes a superhero when they're wearing this armor. The armor continues to be power armor until you doff it, take it off. You don another suit of armor, put one on, or you die. Less desirable. So also at level 3, you can customize the power armor. Now with this customization, you can make some modifications. You can use your intelligence modifier instead of strength or dexterity for attack and damage rolls. Intelligence is the prime stat for artificers. You can change your power armor's model whenever you finish a short or long rest, provided you have the smith tools at hand. So Guardian, you design your armor to be the front lines of conflict, and it has the following features. So you either get Guardian or Infiltrator. Thunder Gauntlets. Your armored fists count as weapons. They do 1d8. And a creature hit by the gauntlets has disadvantage on attack rolls against targets other than you until the start of your next turn. So that's pretty handy for when you have buddies out there, especially if you've got to defend some squishy clerics. Defense field, you gain a bonus action. You can use each of your turn to gain temporary hit points equal to your level this class, replacing any temporary hit points you already have. So, like, for example, if you were going to get 10 hit points, you would get 10 each turn. You couldn't do, like, on the second turn, you would end up with 20 and then 30. It's just 10. You lose them if you take off the armor. So the Infiltrator class, you customize your armor for subtle undertakings. It has the following features: lightning launcher, A gem-like node appears on one of your armored fists or on the chest, your choice. Counts as simple ranged weapon, normal range of 90 and a long range of 300 feet. Deals 1d6 lightning when it hits. Once on each of your turns, when you hit a creature with it, you can deal an extra 1d6 lightning damage to the target. Power steps. Your walking speed increases by 5. That sounds really lame next to that lightning launcher. Second skin. The armor's weight is negligible and becomes form-fitting, wearable under clothing. If the armor normally imposes disadvantage on a stealth check, the power armor does not. This would be pretty cool if you are multiclassing with Artificer. If you had like an Artificer Rogue or, I don't know, maybe a Druid or something, you would still gain advantages of the power armor, but you could be all stealthy. Not rogue, monk. Yeah, you'd want a monk. All right, at level 5, you get the extra attack, like normal. Level 9, armor modifications. You learn how to use the infusion to specifically modify armor, enhance your power armor feature. It now counts as separate items for the purpose of your infuse items feature. So for example, the armor is the chest piece, there's boots, bracers, and a weapon. Each of those items can bear one of your infusions. In addition, the maximum number of items you can infuse at once increases by 2, but those extra items must be part of your power armor. All right, level 15, perfect armor. So if you picked the Guardian, tinkering with your armor's energy system leads you to discover a powerful pulling force. You can pull a creature you can see within 30 feet of you. It needs to make a strength saving throw. If you pull the target to space within 5 feet of you, you can make a melee weapon attack against it as part of this reaction. If you pick the Infiltrator, any creature that takes lightning damage from your lightning launcher glimmers with light until the start of your next turn. The glimmering creature sheds dim light in a 5-foot radius. The next attack against it by anyone other than you deals an extra 1d6 lightning damage. So that's a pretty cool feature. Although the 1d6, I think at level 15 is a little but it's somewhat like Fairy Fire. It makes it a lot harder for things to hide. Okay, Artificer Infusions. Armor of magical strength. You need to be 10th level. While wearing this armor, a creature can use its intelligence modifier in place of its strength to make strength checks and strength saving throw. The armor has 4 charges. As a reaction, when you would be knocked prone, you can expend one of those charges and not be knocked prone. Armor of tools. As an action, a creature wearing this infused armor integrate into the artisan's tools or thieves' tools. So basically, your hand retracts into the armor and a little thieves' tool comes out or something. The tool remains integrated into the armor for 8 hours or until the wearer removes tools as an action. The armor can only have one tool at a time. You can also use your intelligence mod to make the checks. Helm of Awareness. A creature has advantage on initiative rolls. In addition, the wearer can't be surprised provided it isn't incapacitated. That's a very nice feature. Mind Sharpener. The infused item can send a jolt to the wearer to refocus their mind. Well, this infused item, if a creature fails a constitution saving throw to maintain concentration on a spell, it can use it to succeed. Spell Refueling Ring. While wearing this ring, the creature can recover 1 expended spell slot as an action. The maximum level is equal to the number of magic items the wearer is currently attuned to. So I believe that's only 4. I think the Artificer has a max of 4 attuned magical items as opposed to the standard 3. That sounds kind of all right. There are some pretty nice level 4 spells, but Overall, I don't know. I mean, you kind of want like a level 6 or 7, you know, especially once you get up there. But overall, this is quite a nice change of pace, a nice addition to the Artificer toolbox. Yes, there will be many Tony Starks or call them like Donnie Tarks or something. But I think it definitely overall has a lot of playability. It's something that's good that fits into any setting, really. Druid. There is a new Druid feature, the Circle of Stars. An ancient lineage, the Circle of Stars allows Druid to draw on the power of starlight. These Druids have tracked heavenly patterns since time immemorial, discovering secrets hidden amid the constellations. By revealing and understanding these secrets, the Circle of Stars seeks to harness the power of the cosmos. Many Druids of this circle keep detailed records of the stars and their effects on the world. Some groups document these observations at methallitic sites, think Stonehenge, which serve as enigmatic libraries of lore. These repositories might take the form of stone circles, pyramids, petroglyphs, and underground temples. Any construction durable enough to protect the circle's sacred knowledge against a great cataclysm. So at level 2, you get the star map. You've created a map as part of your study of the heavens. This map is a tiny object and can serve as spell casting focus for your druid spells. You decide what form the object takes, or you can determine by rolling on the map table. So they give examples of a scroll of living wood that aligns with heavenly bodies, a stone tablet with fine holes drilled through it, speckled owl bear hide, tooled with raised marks, a collection of maps bound in ebony cover, and so on. If you lose your map, you can perform a 1-hour ceremony to magically create a replacement. The ceremony can be performed during a short or long rest, and it destroys the previous map. You can cast the augury or guiding bolt spells without expending a spell slot and without preparing the spell. So basically it makes it a cantrip. Provided you use the star map as a spell casting focus. You can cast a spell from the map in this way a number of times equal to your wisdom modifier. Okay, not quite cantrip, but pretty close. And you regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. Starry form. You gain the ability to harness Constellation's power to alter your form. As an action, you can expend a use of your wild shape feature to take on a starry rather than transforming into a beast. While in your starry form, you retain game stats, but your body takes on a luminous star-like quality. Your joints glimmer like stars, and the glowing lines connecting them on a star chart. That's kind of lame. This form sheds bright light in a 10-foot radius and dim light for an additional 10 feet. The form lasts for 10 minutes or until you're incapacitated. Whenever you assume starry form, choose which of the following constellations glimmer on your body. Your choice gives you certain benefits while in the form. Chalice. Constellation of a life-giving goblet appears on you whenever you cast a spell using a spell slot that restores hit points within 30 feet. The hit points equal to 1d8 plus half your level in this class. So that is potentially pretty good. Archer. You can make a ranged spell attack hurling a luminous arrow that targets a creature you can see within 60 feet. On a hit, it deals radiant damage equal to 1d8 plus your wisdom mod. Also pretty cool. Dragon. Constellation of Wise Ancient Dragon appears on you. When you make an intelligence or a wisdom check or constitution saving throw to maintain concentration, you can re-roll. You can treat a roll of 9 or lower as 10. So that is pretty darn cool. 10 will generally save you in a concentration check. Cosmic Omen at level 6. You learn to use your star map to divine the will of the cosmos. Whenever you finish a long rest, you can consult your star map for omens. When you do so, roll a d6. You gain one of the following possibilities based on what you rolled. Wheel, which is even. Whenever a creature you can see within 30 feet of you makes an attack roll, a saving throw, or an ability check, you can use your reaction to roll a d6 and add the number to their number rolled. So that is potentially very cool because it's whenever a creature within 30 feet of you. Whoa, odd. Whenever a creature you can see within 30 feet of you makes an attack roll, a saving throw, or ability check, you can use your reaction to roll a d6 and subtract the number. So this is very handy for multiple uses, especially for combat. You can use this reaction a number of times equal to your wisdom mod, and you regain it after a long rest. So it's very much a utility player right there. Level 10, full stars. When you become your starry form, you become partially incorporeal, giving you resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage. This is a very cool feature, especially if your druid is doing melee. Otherwise, I don't know. I guess in group fights where enemies would swarm you or whatnot, it makes sense. And level 14, Star Flare. Your connection to the cosmos allows you to conjure brilliant starlight as an action. You conjure a burst of light in a 30-foot radius sphere centered on a point you can see within 120 feet of you. You can immediately teleport each willing creature in the sphere to an unoccupied space within 30 feet of it. Each creature remaining in the sphere must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or take 4d10 damage. You can use it once a long rest or until you expend a spell slot of 5th level or higher, you can use it again. So in some big boss fight later on in the game, this could be pretty darn handy. I can definitely see the starry form, the Circle of Stars rather, as a definite go-to druid class. It really highlights a lot of the mystery and sort of knowledge from beyond the stars, especially if you have a lot of aberrations and whatnot, or involves the gods a lot perhaps. Second out of 3, which are definitely things that I would play. The last one, maybe. So let's talk about the Ranger. The Fey Wanderer. As a Fey Wanderer, you guard the border between the Feywild and material plane, guiding the lost out of the Feywild and preventing dangerous Fey from damaging the material. Your experience with both domains make you an exceptional negotiator between inhabitants of these two worlds, as you understand both humanoid mindsets and the wiles of the Fey courts. Fey Wanderer possesses a preternatural blessing from a Fey ally or place of Fey power. You can choose from below, and you get nice gifts. Like could be when you sleep, butterflies fly around you. You smell of cinnamon. Your skin changes color to match the seasons at the dawn. So at level 3, you learn an additional spell when you reach certain levels. Level 3 is Charm Spell, level 5 is Misty Step, 9 is Dispel Magic, 13 is Banishment, and 17 is Mislead. At level 3, you also get Cunning Will. Your experience with the Fae has guarded your mind and sharpened your tongue. You have advantage on saving throws against being charmed or frightened. In addition, you gain proficiency in one of the following skills of your choice: Deception, Performance, or Persuasion. Dreadful Strikes. You augment your attacks with mind-scarring magic drawn from the gloomy hollows of the unseelie Fae. You gain a bonus action that you can use to imbue weapon or weapons you're currently holding with magic. Until the end of each turn, the weapons are magical, and they deal 1d6 psychic damage on a hit. A creature can take this extra damage only once per turn. So if you're dual wielding, only one hit will cause the 1d6. When you engage in 2-weapon fighting, you can imbue your weapons as part of the same bonus action you use to make the attack. I gotta say, this is a pretty darn useful feature, especially since you can still mark your enemies, and then a turn later you can start doing this extra 1d6 psychic damage. That's a pretty big plus, especially on the 3rd level. And it seems like it would go a long way. A lot people have long complained that the Ranger is an underpowered class. So with this extra damage, it does seem like Wizards of the Coast is trying to up the damage ability of the Ranger. Blessing of the Course. You have learned eerie techniques from both the Gloaming Court and the Summer Court of the Feywild. Once during each of your turns, when you hit a creature with a weapon attack, you can expend a spell slot to deal extra psychic damage. The extra damage is 3d6, and the creature must succeed on a Wisdom saving throw against spell DC. In addition, whenever you make a Charisma check, you gain a bonus to the check equal to your Wisdom modifier. This is pretty cool. A lot of time Rangers just don't have a whole lot of use for their spells, especially at higher levels. But if you are getting an extra 3d6 for a spell slot, that's not too bad. All right, Beguiling Twist. Level 11. You learn how to manipulate mind-altering magic, channeling it from your allies towards others. When a creature you can see within 120 feet makes a saving throw against being charmed or frightened, you can use your reaction to force a different creature you can see within 120 feet to make a saving throw, or you'll have one of the following effects. The creature is charmed or frightened for 1 minute. It can repeat the saving throw at the end of each turn, or the creature takes 3d10 psychic damage. That's nice. Odds are, if you're fighting a creature that has some kind of mass fear, then one of your party at least is going to make it out. So this is a great reaction to that. And the level 15 is Misty Presence. You magically remove yourself from the creature's perception. You gain a bonus action that you can use to force a creature you can see within 30 feet of you to make a Wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the target can't see or hear you for 24 hours. The target can repeat the saving throw at the end of any turn during which you hit it with an attack roll, forced to make a saving throw or deal damage. The effect ends early if you use this bonus action again. On a successful save, the target is immune to this feature for 7 days. Once you've used this bonus action, you can't use it again until you finish a long rest or expend a level 4 spell slot or higher. So overall, this Ranger, the Fey Wanderer Ranger, it's got some nice features. It shows progression to try to make Rangers a bit more useful, although unfortunately no pets. But to be perfectly honest, it's a very campaign situational kind of build. The problem is they specify the Fey, and the way they seem to dole it out, the Summer Court, the Gloaming Court, it doesn't give the GM a lot of room to improvise or to add their own touches to how the Feywild would work. So for that reason, it's kind of disappointing. If you're playing one of the standard D&D adventures, I think this could be great. Homebrew, I don't know. Now, a good GM will go through it with you and maybe change up some of the details so it matches their setting. All right, guys, what did you think? 3 new character subclasses. We have Artificer, the Circle of Stars Druid, and the Fey Wanderer Ranger. Leave a comment below. Tell me what you think. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, and please subscribe. It definitely helped the channel grow. Thanks a lot, guys.